You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. Good morning, boys and girls. That's right, I'm Alex Manners. Today is Sunday, and yes, it's another episode of my Solihull Radio Children's Show, and I'll be here with you from 8 till 10 a.m. this morning. And if you enjoyed my Scottish special last week, where I played you lots and lots of Scottish songs and read you some fun, fascinating and fantastic facts all about Scotland, then you'll enjoy my show today, because I've got lots more of your favourite songs, favourite stories, excerpts from some old children's shows, some more fun, fascinating and fantastic facts. Rainbow Man will be going on another wonderful adventure, and I'll be telling you some of the Christmas events that are going on in and around Solihull. So if that all sounds interesting, then please stay with me, Alex Manners, right here on Solihull Radio. And don't forget, if you have any birthday messages, or you would like to request one of your favourite children's songs to be played on my show today, then you can do so by either emailing us, that's studio@solihullradio.com, that's studio@solihullradio.com, or alternatively, if you prefer to text us, then you can do so by texting the word studio followed by your message to 82228. That's texting the word studio followed by your message to 82228. And as always, if anyone in Solihull or who's listening to my show this morning has got a birthday today, tomorrow, or over the next week, then everyone here at Solihull Radio wishes that you have a very, very happy birthday. And this morning, the two excerpts of shows that I'm going to be playing for you today are two shows that I used to watch when I was younger, and they are called Big Cook and Little Cook and The Roly Mo Show. And one fascinating fact about Big Cook, Little Cook is that when I was younger and I first went on Google, now some of you may remember the first time you ever had something to search for on Google or on the computer, and the first thing I ever searched for when I was younger was Big Cook, Little Cook, because at the time it was one of my favourite shows. So if any of you have seen either of these shows, then you might just recognise or remember the theme songs for Big Cook, Little Cook and The Roly Mo Show. Here we go.
Big Cook, Little Cook, welcome to our cafe. Big Cook, Little Cook, want you to come and play. Meeting all the friends we cook for, sharing stories, trips and fun. Big Cook, Little Cook, we'll cook for everyone.
There's a friend in Thimble Valley that we're on our way to see, to hear him tell his stories, maybe stay for tea. He's a mole who's living underground, and his name is Roly Mo. Roly, 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 roly Mo. He's the roliest mo you'll ever know, and his name is Roly Mo.
Should we play those again? Well, here we go.
Big Cook, Little Cook, welcome to our cafe. Big Cook, Little Cook, want you to come and play. Meeting all the friends we cook for, sharing stories, trips and fun. Big Cook, Little Cook, we'll cook for everyone.
There's a friend in Thimble Valley that we're on our way to see, to hear him tell his stories, maybe stay for tea. He's a mole who's living underground, and his name is Roly Mo. Roly, 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 roly Mo. He's the roliest mo you'll ever know, and his name is Roly Mo.
Well, did you recognise either of those theme tunes? Well, I'm going to be playing you excerpts of those shows later on in my programme today. And I'm going to start today off with a nice little story for you. But before we do that, to get you moving and grooving and jumping and jiving and bopping around for the rest of my show and the rest of your weekend, I'm going to play you a song from my all-time favourite children's show. And it's a tweenie song, and it's called Thanks for the Music. So I hope this song gets you all raring and ready to go for the rest of my show this morning. Here we go with the tweenies, and Thanks for the Music. And that song was Tweenies, and thanks for the music. And I said I was going to start off my show today with a nice little story. So if you're all sitting comfortably, I'm going to read you a story from one of those 2 children's shows that I'm going to be playing excerpts of. And the story is from the Roly Mo Show. Now, the Roly Mo Show is a show that used to be on the TV, and you may recognise it, or some of the characters, as being from another show that I also used to watch, called The Fimbles, with Fimbo, Florrie and Baby Pom. And this is the Roly Mo Show, and the story that I'm going to read for you is called Growing Up. So here we go with the Roly Mo Show and Growing Up. Little Bo hung up her rucksack on its usual peg. She noticed how easy the peg was for her to reach. It must be because I'm getting bigger, she thought. After all, it is nearly time for my birthday. She felt sure Roly Mo would notice how grown up she was now. "Hello there, Little Bo," said Roly Mo. Little Bo stood up as straight as she possibly could. "I see you're looking very tall today," said Roly. "I'm growing up," said Little Bo proudly. "So you are," said Roly. "Do you think you're grown up enough to choose today's story?" "Books over here, books over there. Find me a book with a story to share. Please may I have a special story, just for me," said Little Bo. And the story was called When I Was One. It was the day before Josh's birthday. He was so excited, he couldn't talk about anything else. "What was I like when I was 1?" he asked at breakfast. "When you were 1, you'd only just begun," said Mum, "just like Martha." Baby Martha was smearing jam on her face with one hand and tipping juice over the table with the other. Josh was sure he had never been so messy. "And when I was 2, he asked in the garden. "You found plenty to do," said Mum. "You used to play in the mud." The mud looked black and sticky. Josh was sure he never wanted to play there. "And when I was 3, he asked later. "There was lots to see," said Mum. "You painted pictures, like this one." Josh thought the picture was quite good. "What will I be like when I'm 5? He asked at bedtime. "Wait until tomorrow," said Mum. "Then we'll find out." The end. "Baby Mo is my little sister, just like Martha is Josh's," said Little Bo, looking at the photograph of her family on the wall. "So she is," said Roly. "And it's nearly my birthday, just like it was nearly Josh's," said Little Bo. "I'm getting bigger all the time." She dashed off to tell Hugo and Migo how grown up she was. "Hugo! Migo!" called Little Bo. "Where are you?" But Hugo and Migo were too busy to talk. "Can't stop, Little Bo," said Hugo. "Lots to do today," said Migo. "Like bouncing, and snootling, and hiding." The snoots disappeared. But I wanted to," said Little Bo, getting cross. "Oh, never mind." "Hugo and Migo are just babies, Uncle Roly," said Little Bo. "From now on, I'm going to do grown-up things with you, like mending things, and reading the Daily Mole, and listening to the radio," said Roly. "You're just in time for my favourite gardening programme." Little Bo sat on the sofa, feeling excited. Listening to the radio seemed a very grown-up thing to do. She watched Roly carefully to make sure she was doing it right. When Roly nodded, she nodded. When Roly chuckled, she chuckled. When Roly fell asleep, she closed her eyes and pretended to snore. "Toot toot!" Hugo and Migo popped up beside Little Bo. "Shh," she whispered. "I'm listening to the radio with Uncle Roly." "The radio," said Migo. "Ooh," said Hugo. Little Bo began to giggle. Roly started to wake up. Pop, pop! The snoots disappeared behind the sofa. "Would you like to do something else grown up now, Bo?" said Roly. "Squeak!" squeaked Migo behind the sofa. "I wonder where the snoots have got to," said Roly, with a twinkle in his eye. "Honk!" honked Hugo. Then Little Bo heard a loud purp. "Uncle Roly, that was you," she said. "Yes, that was me," said Roly. "But you're grown up," said Little Bo. "That doesn't mean I can't make funny noises," said Roly. "Toot toot!" "Squeak!" squeaked Hugo. "Honk!" honked Migo. "Purp!" added Little Bo. "What a roly-moly day! It doesn't matter if I'm big or small, really, does it? I can still have lots of fun." And that story was The Roly Mo Show, Growing Up. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. And I hope you enjoyed that song. And, I should say, I hope you enjoyed that story. And here are a few Disney songs.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's-its and what's-its galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call 'em? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down a, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Betcha on land they understand that they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand and ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and why does it, what's the word, burn? When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore up above? Out of the sea, wish I could be part of that world.
Got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed,
You just remember what your old past said. Boy, you got a friend in me.
yeah, you've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
If you got troubles,
I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you.
if we stick together, we can see it through. 'Cause you got a friend in me.
Yeah, you got a friend in me.
bigger and stronger too.
Baby,
But none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy.
and as the years go by,
Our friendship will never die. You're gonna see
it's our destiny. You got a friend in me.
you got a friend in me.
Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Did you enjoy those two songs? Well, they were two brilliant Disney songs, and there is a new Disney film coming out in just a few days on the 22nd of November, and that's the date it's going to be released in cinemas. And can anyone guess which Disney film is coming out on the 22nd of November? Well, the film is Frozen 2, and it's the second Frozen film that they brought out, and the first Frozen film that they brought out came out in 2013, and it is my favourite Disney film. So I'm really excited to go to the cinema and see Frozen 2, and I've heard really good reviews about it. And right here in Solihull, in Touchwood, we have our own Cineworld cinemas, and that cinema will be showing Frozen 2. So if you enjoy Disney films and you enjoyed the first Frozen movie, then maybe you can head down to Cineworld Cinema in Touchwood to watch Frozen 2, the second Frozen movie. And talking about movies and shows, here is the first part of an excerpt of Big Cook, Little Cook. And Big Cook, Little Cook always cook delicious meals for different guests. And in this excerpt, they're cooking a lovely meal for a guest called Clover the cow. So here is the first part of Big Cook, Little Cook and Clover the cow. So here we go, and I hope you enjoy watching and listening to Big Cook, Little Cook making a delicious scrummy meal for Clover the cow. Here we go.
Big cook, little cook, welcome to our cafe. Big cook, little cook, want you to come and play. Meeting all the friends we cook for, sharing stories, trips and fun. Big cook, little cook, we'll cook for everyone.
Well, it's a wonderful day. Got a big smile on my face. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our cafe, the best cafe in the world. The perfect place to come on a wonderful day like today.
Hello, everyone. You sound like a very happy chappy today, Ben. Oh, it seems like Ben has more than just a smile on his face. He's got a big red spot too.
Hey, that's small. Why are you staring at me?
Staring?
Yes, maybe you think I look rather handsome today.
It's not that, Ben. I'm staring at your spot.
What spot?
That one on your chin.
Where?
There.
Oh, it's no good. I can't see it. I need a mirror.
But we don't have a mirror, Ben. Why don't you try seeing your reflection in something shiny, like a saucepan lid?
Good idea, little cook. Right. Oh, there we are. Here we go. Let's have a look at this spot. Oh! My face looks all funny in this, little cook. It's sort of fat and sort of thin at the same time. But I still can't see this spot, though. Oh, sounds like we've got a customer. I'll have to worry about that later. Go and see who it is, little cook.
I'm on my way.
Woohoo! So, who's our customer today, Small?
Well, she's white with brown spots.
White with brown spots, you say? Give us another clue.
She likes to go moo. And she's very good at jumping over the moon.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Ho ho! It's Clover, the cow who jumped over the moon.
You're right, Ben. Clover the cow. Now, what would a moon-jumping cow like to eat? I think it's time to look in my book.
We need a story to help us cook.
Let's take a look in Little Cook's book. Little Cook's Adventures in the Big World. Let me see. One evening, I was camping out under the stars when I was suddenly awoken by the sound of a fiddle, followed by loud laughter. I poked my head out of the tent and saw a cat playing the fiddle, whilst a little dog, a cow, a china dish and a silver spoon danced together beneath the moon. When the music stopped, I cheered. "Hello," laughed the little dog. "Come and watch Clover the cow. She's going to jump over the moon." "It won't be easy," said Clover. "The moon is in a bit of a silly mood." Everyone looked up at the moon. "Silly Billy me!" it giggled, and it bounced around the sky. We all held our breath as Clover tried to jump over the moon, but it kept bouncing away. "I wish the moon would keep still," Clover groaned. "I can't jump over it." Suddenly, I had an idea. "You are such a beautiful moon." It stopped bouncing and listened. "So creamy and dreamy," I continued. "You're nearly as beautiful as the other moon." "What other moon?" said the moon. "It's there, floating on top of the lake," I said. The moon stayed very still as it stared at its own reflection in the lake, and whilst it was staring, moo! Clover the cow leapt right over it. "Hooray!" I cheered. "There isn't really a moon more beautiful than you," I told the moon. "It's just your own reflection in the water." "Silly Billy me!" giggled the moon, admiring its own reflection. And suddenly it saw Clover's reflection too, just as she jumped over it. Hee-hee! "We look wonderful together, Clover," said the moon. So Clover kept jumping, and the little dog laughed and laughed. Little Cook to the rescue once again. That was a great adventure.
So Clover jumped over the moon, and the moon was very pleased indeed, thanks to you, Small.
Thanks, Ben.
So, what can we cook for a hungry moon leaper?
That's a good question, Ben.
Ooh!
I know! Big Cook's Big Cookery Book!
Of course, the Big Cookery Book. There's recipes for everything in there.
And where do we look for things to cook?
In the book. In the book. In Big Cook's book. Aha, here we go. I found just the recipe for Clover. It's creamy, it's dreamy, and a little bit dotty too. It's spotty trifle.
And it's spotty, just like Clover the cow. It's moo-pa-doopa.
OK, you read out the ingredients, Little Cook, and I'll see if we've got them.
OK, let's see. We're going to need jelly.
Oh, jelly, yes. Here we go. Jelly in the cupboard. Oh, we're using strawberry, but you can use any flavour you like.
Trifle sponges.
In the cupboard as well. Got the trifle sponges, Small.
Jam.
Oh, jam. Yes, lovely jam. Yep.
A tin of fruit cocktail.
Oh, very fruity. Got the fruit cocktail.
Custard.
Oh, lovely yellow custard. I love this. Got it, Small.
Chocolate buttons.
Chocolate buttons. Oh, lovely chocolate buttons. I love these. In the fridge. Chocolate buttons. Got those too, Small.
And some cream for whipping.
Oh, delicious cream. Here we go. Oh, right. OK. There we are. Right. Small, we don't seem to have any cream for whipping.
Oh, no.
But it's okay, because we've got everything else. So why don't you whiz off and get some, and I'll get all the ingredients ready.
That's a great idea, Ben. See you later. Hey, why don't you come along too? Way!
Go, Small, whiz away! I wonder what he'll see today.
I love the countryside. That's grass. Something is eating the grass. What is it? It's a cow. Moo. This is a milking parlour. Pipes are put on the cow's udders to suck out the milk. I wonder where the milk goes next. Hey, what's in that big tanker? Oh, it's full of the milk from the cows. The milk is being delivered to the dairy. That man is connecting up a pipe so that the milk can travel from the tanker into the dairy to be made into cream. This is the dairy. The milk is heated up to just the right temperature and it travels through all these pipes. The cream is separated from the milk. Hey, that's the cream! Now the cream is poured into this machine. It's called a pasteurizer. The cream is heated up to get rid of any harmful bugs. This makes it safe to eat. The cream is now cool and ready to put into bottles. Remember to keep your cream in the fridge. I'd better get some of this cream back to the cafe. See you later.
Mirror, mirror, made of foil, help me see my big red boil.
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. What happens to a frog's car when it breaks down? It gets towed away.
But Peter, how do we get to Neverland?
Fly, of course.
Fly?
It's easy. All you have to do is to... Ha! That's funny.
What's the matter? Don't you know?
Oh, sure. It's just that I never thought about it before. Say, that's it. You think of a wonderful thought.
Any happy little thoughts?
Uh-huh.
Like toys at Christmas, sleigh bells, snow?
Yep. Watch me now. Here I go. It's easier than pie.
He can fly! He can fly! He flew!
Now you try.
I'll think of a mermaid lagoon. Underneath a magic moon. I'll think I'm in a pirate's cave.
I think I'll be an engine brain.
Now everybody try. 1, 2, 3.
We can fly! We can fly! We can fly!
This won't do. What's the matter with you? All it takes is faith and trust. Oh, and something I forgot. Dust.
Dust?
Dust?
Yup. Just a little bit of pixie dust. Now, think of the happiest things. It's the same as having wings.
Let's all try it just once more. Look, we're rising off the floor.
Jim and me.
Oh, my. We can fly.
You can fly.
We can fly.
Come on, everybody. Here we go. Up to Neverland.
Think of a wonderful thought, any merry little thought. Think of Christmas, think of snow, think of sleigh bells, off you go like reindeer in the sky. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
Think of the happiest things, it's the same as having wings.
Take the path that moonbeams make.
If the moon is still awake, you'll see him wink his eye. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
You go with a high and ho to the stars beyond the blue.
There's a Neverland waiting for you, where all your happy dreams come true. Every dream that you dream will come true.
Come on, Nana.
When there's a smile in your heart, there's no better time to start. Think of all the joy you'll find
when you leave the world behind
and bid your cares goodbye. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can
There it is, Wendy. Second star to the right and straight on till morning.
When there's a smile in your heart, there's no better time to start.
Think of all the joy you'll find when you leave the world behind
and bid your cares goodbye. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly. You can fly, you can fly, you can
A few days ago, I went over to a little village called Bewdley, and Bewdley is right next to a big town called Kidderminster, and as I was driving there, we went past a place that you might have visited called the West Midlands Safari Park. And when I got over to my aunt's house in Bewdley, my uncle was telling me that sometimes when he plays golf at some of the local golf courses, he can hear some of the animals, especially some of the lions, roaring when he is playing golf, because he is right next to the West Midlands Safari Park. Now, that is a very unusual sound to hear when you're playing golf, a lion roaring. Anyway, I thought I would read you 7 fun, fascinating and fantastic facts all about one type of animal that they have at the West Midlands Safari Park that you will see if you've been there. And the animal that I'm going to read you some facts about is a monkey. And these 7 fun, fascinating and fantastic facts are all about monkeys. So here we go with fun, fascinating and fantastic fact number 1. Monkeys can be divided into 2 groups. Old World monkeys that live in Africa and Asia, and New World monkeys that live in South America. So there are 2 different varieties of monkeys. And fun, fascinating and fantastic fact number 2. There are currently 264 known monkey species. Wow, I didn't know there were that many species of monkey. And fun, fascinating and fantastic fact number 3. The pygmy marmoset is the smallest type of monkey, with adults weighing between 120 and 140 grams. They are about the size of a hamster. They can fit into the palm of a human hand, and they weigh the same as a pack of cards. And fun, fascinating and fantastic fact number 4. Different monkey species eat a variety of foods, such as fruit, insects, flowers, leaves, and reptiles. And fun, fascinating and fantastic fact number 5. Apes, gibbons, lemurs and chimpanzees are not scientifically classified as monkeys. They are all primates, but like humans, they have a different classification to monkeys. So, apes, gibbons, lemurs and chimpanzees are actually not monkeys. They may look like big monkeys, but they are actually classified as primates, just like humans. And fun, fascinating and fantastic fact number 6. Mandrill monkeys have fangs that are longer than a lion's fangs. They also have multicoloured bottoms, which make them easier to see in the leafy gloom of the forest. And for the final fact, fun, fascinating and fantastic fact number 7. To identify themselves more easily, squirrel monkeys will smear food on their tails, much like how humans may wear their name tags. So those are 7 fun, fascinating and fantastic facts all about monkeys. And if you head over to the West Midlands Safari Park, where Rainbow Man may be going in a few weeks, Then you'll be able to go and visit loads and loads of different animals, including lots of different monkeys. And just like my uncle, you may be able to visit and see the lions, just like my uncle heard when he is playing golf right next to the West Midlands Safari Park. And before I play you the second part of Big Cook, Little Cook and Clover the Cow, where you can find out how to make that delicious recipe, then here is another song, and this one is a Justin Fletcher song called Just Party, and I hope it gets you in the party mood for the rest of my show and gets you up and moving and grooving and dancing just like I am in the studios to some of these wonderful, wonderful songs. So here we go with Justin Fletcher and Just Party.
Party people, it's been too long. If you wanna party, then come along. If you feel like dancing, what you gonna do? Go grab your friends then, it's up to you. Bring the alarm, bring on the band. Tell all the people, so they understand. Bring the alarm, go out with a bang. Bring the alarm. Tell all the people so they understand. Ring the alarm, go out with a bang. Ring the alarm, just party, party all day long. Don't stop the music, just keep it going. Party, party all day long. Please tell the DJs to keep it on. We'll be dancing and dancing and moving around. We'll be shaking and shake till we fall to the ground. Just party, party all day long. Please tell the DJs to keep it going. Just party, party.
And here is the second part of that excerpt of Big Cook, Little Cook, where you can find out all about the recipe that Big Cook and Little Cook are making for their friend Clover the cow.
Whoa-hey! I'm back! Have you managed to see your spot yet, Ben?
Not yet, Small. This foil's too crinkly.
Well, let's get on with making the trifle. It'll cheer you up. Woohoo! And I brought back the cream. Woohoo!
Woo-ho-ho! Well done, Small.
It's so scrummy and creamy. I had a great time. I saw cows being milked. Moo! And then I went to the dairy where I saw cream being made.
Oh, yummy! Come on then, Small, let's get started. We're all ready, so take a look.
And we will show you how to cook.
Jelly boats and pirates go, princess pea pies, carrot cakes and fruity smiles,
And envelope surprise.
We love our cafe and we love to cook. We have a fantastic recipe book. He is big cook and he is small. Friends in our cafe, we cook for them all. When your tummy gets all rumbly, you're ready for a treat. You can make something delicious to eat.
Have you cleaned the surfaces?
Yes, have you washed your hands?
Yes! All clean and ready to cook. Do you remember the ingredients to spotty trifle?
You do?
There was jelly,
1 packet of your favourite flavour. We're using strawberry.
trifle sponges,
4.
jam,
1 tablespoon of your favourite flavour. Again, we're using strawberry.
fruit cocktail,
1 tin,
custard,
1 carton,
chocolate buttons,
1 packet,
and cream for whipping.
250 millilitres.
Whoopee! Let's get started!
I've cut the trifle sponges in half, and now I'm going to cover them in the sticky jam. Ho-ho! There's 1. Ho-ho-ho! I love jammy jobs.
So do I!
Finish the last one off. Nice and jammy. Ho-ho! On goes the top, and we can lay the trifle sponges at the bottom of a trifle bowl. There we are. Oh, I think I'll have to keep my eye on Little Cook so he doesn't eat all the jam. He can't resist it.
I'm just checking the jam's nice and fresh.
Oh, yes, and now you've got a jammy moustache.
I love jam.
Right. These sponges are lovely and jammy now, so I'm going to sieve the juice from the fruit cocktail into a bowl to separate the fruit from the juice. And this is a slippy, sloppy job, so look out you don't get dripped on, Little Cook.
Drip this way, please, Ben.
Right, now I can sprinkle the fruit over the sponges.
You can use fresh fruit if you like. Fruit is very good for you. Hey, Ben, how's your spot?
I'd forgotten all about my spot until you reminded me. Right, now I've already dissolved the jelly cubes in some hot water. And that's a job for your grown-up helper to do because the water is hot, hot, hot. Once the cubes have dissolved, we can pour it all over the sponges and the fruit. Do it quite carefully so that it doesn't splash.
Splash this way, please, Ben.
When the jelly has cooled down, it needs to go in the fridge to set for 2 hours. So, over we go. And into the fridge for 2 hours. The jelly is set now, so it's time to pour on the custard. Here we go. Oh, look at that. It's like a lovely yellow custardy waterfall.
Is it time to put the cream on now, Ben?
Yes, it is, Small, and it's going to get gloopy, so stand well back. Pour the cream into a bowl like this, and then start mixing. It'll start to get thicker. An electric whisk will help, but I'm going to try and do it with my arm. Woohoo!
Be careful, Ben. Oh, no! I've been splattered!
Whoops! Sorry, Small. Now look who's got spots.
I better go and get myself cleaned up.
Now the cream's ready when it starts to make little mountain peaks like this. So once it's ready, we can start to spread it on the custard. So I'm going to take a spoon and onto the custard it goes. And we've got lots of it, so get it all on. There we go, lovely and creamy. And spread it out. Nice and smooth.
What about the spots, Ben? A spotty trifle needs spots.
Oh, whoops, I almost forgot. To make the trifle spotty, we cover it with chocolate buttons. Spotty, dotty, spotty, dotty,
spotty, dotty, spotty.
There. And when the trifle's nice and spotty, it's finished.
Quick, Ben, get it to Clover the cow while it's still nice and cool.
OK then, one spotty trifle coming through. There. All done.
So what do we do now? Can we play?
Not yet. Time to clean and put away.
Hooray! Wash, wipe, scrub and clean. Make the kitchen sparkle and gleam.
My name's Ben.
And my name's Small. We've got the cleanest kitchen of all. Tidy all the bits and bobs, the things that help us do our job. Ingredients we'll put away, ready for use another day. Pots and pans will start to smell if we don't wash them really well. And now it's clear, let's all smile, we'll be finished in a little while. All around, up and down, we've got the cleanest cafe in town. Aha, here comes the plate.
Oh, yes. And it looks like Clover the cow enjoyed her spotty trifle. Look, Small, she's left a note.
Well, what does it say? What does it say?
Let's see, shall we? It says, Dear Big Cook Ben and Little Cook Small, thank you for the scrumptious spotty trifle. Hoo-hoo! I'm very busy moon jumping these days. The moon keeps still most of the time. She loves watching our reflections in the lake. Oh, talking about reflections, I have a moon mirror for each of you. I hope your spot goes soon, Big Cook Ben. Big moos from Clover. Look, Small, it's mirrors. Here's your mirror, Small.
Thanks, Ben. Ah, how very kind of Clover, and how very handsome.
Aha, at last, a mirror. Now let's have a look at this spot. Oh, hang on a minute. That's not a spot. It's a blob of tomato sauce. See you soon.
See you soon. Big cook, little cook.
Telling the clangers they must make a space rocket and fly away to that distant golden planet.
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. That was Big Cook, Little Cook and Clover the Cow, and I hope you all really enjoyed listening to that excerpt of one of the shows that I used to watch when I was younger. And now I've got some more songs, some more really exciting songs to play for you, and this one is all about going to the zoo and see if you can recognise any of these animals that you might have seen at the West Midlands Safari Park.
Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, zoo tomorrow. Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, and we can stay all day. sleepy. Home already getting sleep, sleep, sleepy. 'Cause we stayed all day. We've been to the zoo, zoo, zoo. So have you, 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 you came too, too, too. We've been to the zoo, zoo, zoo.
I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I can play the piano, piano, piano. I can play the piano, piano. I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I can play the clarinet, clarinet, clarinet. I can play the clarinet, clarinet. I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I can play the trombone, trombone, trombone. I can play the trombone, trombone. I can, you know.
I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I can play the xylophone, xylophone, xylophone. I can play the xylophone, xylophone. I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I can play the tuba bar, tuba bar, tuba bar. I can play the tuba bar, tuba, tuba, tuba.
I am the music man. I come from far away and I can play.
What can you play?
I can play the big bass drum, big bass drum, big bass drum. I can play the big bass drum, I can play the big bass drum. And I can hit you very hard.
Oompa, 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 pa, oompa, pa, oompa, pa, oompa, 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 pa, oompa, oompa, pa.
Sing along now.
Oompa, 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 pa, oompa, pa, oompa, pa, oompa, 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 pa, oompa, oompa, pa.
Yeah, jolly good. Yes, very, very nice.
Oompa, 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 pa, oompa, pa, oompa, pa, oompa, 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 pa, oompa, oompa, pa.
Yeah, can I hit my drum now?
Oompa, 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 pa, oompa, pa, oompa, pa, oompa, 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 pa, oompa, oompa, pa. Oompa, 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 pa, oompa, pa, oompa, pa, oompa, 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 pa, oompa, oompa, pa. Oompa, 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 pa, oompa, pa, oompa, pa, oompa, oompa, pa.
Do any of you boys and girls like playing sport? Well, I'm a member of a club in Solihull, just down the road from here, called the Solihull Arding Club, and I play squash there because I really, really enjoy it, and I love all things to do with sports. And at Solihull Arding Club, you can play squash, you can play tennis, they've even got a table tennis table, and they've got a gym. So if you all enjoy playing sport, or if you've never tried playing squash or tennis before, then you can have a go right now with Rainbow Man, because today, Rainbow Man and his friends are visiting the Solihull Arding Club. So here we go with Rainbow Man, and I hope you enjoy playing tennis and squash with Rainbow Man at the Solihull Arding Club. Here we go. He is here, he is there, Rainbow Man is everywhere. Seek him here, seek him there, see him in his rainbow chair. Hello, Rainbow Man. Today, we are going to go and play some sports. Rainbow Man asks if we will be playing football or cricket. No, we won't be playing football or cricket. We will be playing some racket sports at Solihull Arding Club. Rainbow Man asks what racket sports we will be playing. Well, Rainbow Man, we will be playing squash and tennis today. Rainbow Man starts to cheer, as he likes playing different sports. Woohoo! I know you have played tennis before, but have you ever played squash before? Rainbow Man shakes his head. He has played racquetball before, but he has never played squash. Squash is quite similar to racquetball, but the ball is smaller and less bouncy, and the racket is longer and thinner. Rainbow Man can't wait to start playing squash. Right, time for an adventure. Off we go. Rainbow Man zooms up in his chair and starts swirling around with lots of colourful swirls. Swirling here, swirling there. Rainbow Man goes everywhere. Rainbow Man appears inside Solihull Garden Club by the squash courts. I thought we could play squash first, Rainbow Man. Solihull Garden Club have 6 squash courts. Which court would you like to play on? Rainbow Man walks up and down, looking at all of the courts, and decides he would like to play on court 6, as that looks like the best one, as it has lots of seating outside, and a glass wall so that people can watch. Just then, Awesome Alex appears, who has come to have a practice. Hello, Awesome Alex. Have you come to play squash? Awesome Alex has come to have a lesson with the club coach. Giddy Gordon will also be having a squash lesson. Rainbow Man has also come down to play squash, but not for a lesson. He has never played squash before. Would you like to show him how to play before your lesson? Awesome Alex goes on court with Rainbow Man, and they start hitting the ball to each other. You're very good for a beginner, Rainbow Man. It must be because you already know how to play racquetball. Rainbow Man is starting to really enjoy playing squash. I enjoy playing squash as well, Rainbow Man. After a while, they swap sides, and Rainbow Man tries to hit some backhand shots. How often do you play squash, Awesome Alex? Awesome Alex tells us that he plays about twice a week. He has a lesson every Monday, and then plays every Friday with his granddad. He finds squash very relaxing, and it gives him something to look forward to every week. That was a funny shot, Rainbow Man. It hit the ceiling. Awesome Alex shows Rainbow Man how to serve the ball. You serve the ball very well, Rainbow Man, but you have to land the ball below the red line. If it goes above the red line, then it is out. Suddenly, Rainbow Man spots Giddy Gordon standing like a soldier outside the court. Hello, Giddy Gordon. Have you come for your lesson? Giddy Gordon salutes and nods his head. Then, behind him, comes a squash coach, ready to give Awesome Alex and Giddy Gordon a lesson. I think it's time for you to come off the court now, Rainbow Man. You can watch your friends having their lesson if you like. You may learn things by watching them. Rainbow Man goes and sits on the seats behind the court, and the coach starts giving Giddy Gordon and Awesome Alex a lesson. First, the coach gets them to do straight drives and hit the ball down the court as close to the wall as they can. Then, the coach gets them to do the same thing, but on the other side of the court. This means that they will be hitting backhand shots. Giddy Gordon is very good at squash. Can you see the way he is leaping to hit each shot? Rainbow Man keeps watching, and can also see some people playing a game on the next court. Look, Rainbow Man, the coach has got them playing a special game, where they are only allowed to use half the court. It's called an alley game. Rainbow Man decides that he would like to go and play tennis now, as he has arranged to play with Grumpy Doug. Let's go and get a drink first from the bar. That way we can have a rest before we play tennis. Rainbow Man gets up from his seat. Awesome Alex and Giddy Gordon see him going and start waving goodbye. Rainbow Man waves goodbye back to them. When you were on court, Giddy Gordon told me that because of his Asperger's, Awesome Alex can sometimes get stressed over very small things. He will come and play squash as a way to calm down and relax. Rainbow Man thinks that is very interesting, as he found squash quite tiring. Rainbow Man heads over to the bar, and once he has arrived, he starts to decide what drink to have. He decides to go for an unusual drink. You're funny, Rainbow Man. I knew you would do something unusual soon. I wonder what drink you will choose. Rainbow Man decides to get a lime and tonic water, with some ice in. He had asked if they had some carrot juice, but they did not have any. There is a nice comfy seat over by the window. We can watch people playing tennis from there. As Rainbow Man is drinking his lime and tonic water, he asks what else you can do at Solihull Garden. Well, there are lots of other things to do here besides squash and tennis. They have lots of different fitness and exercise classes in the function room. They have a gym upstairs, and they sometimes have quizzes and parties like on Christmas Eve. As Rainbow Man is finishing his drink, he can see Grumpy Doug getting ready on the court. Shall we go outside now, as Grumpy Doug has just arrived? If we keep him waiting, he may start being grumpier than usual. Rainbow Man goes outside to one of the tennis courts, outside the bar. Hello, Grumpy Doug. Rainbow Man waves to Grumpy Doug, and Grumpy Doug waves back. Before we start playing a game, it's best to have a warm-up first. Rainbow Man and Grumpy Doug start having a warm-up. Rainbow Man first practices hitting forehand shots. Then he practices hitting backhand shots, just like he did when he was playing squash. Then they start a game. You look very happy with that shot, Rainbow Man. It was a great volley. Rainbow Man starts doing a jig. Then Rainbow Man hits a shot that Grumpy Doug misses. Grumpy Doug is annoyed with himself. Then Grumpy Doug hits a shot that is too long, and Rainbow Man wins the point. Grumpy Doug makes up an excuse why he hit the ball too long. Come on, Grumpy Doug, it's only a game. There is no point in being annoyed. Grumpy Doug hits another shot that is wide, and hits the racket against the floor. Rainbow Man, why don't you tell Grumpy Doug about how you feel when you hit a bad shot? Rainbow Man tells Grumpy Doug that if he hits a bad shot, instead of worrying about it, he finds it funny. Grumpy Doug says he will have a go at that, but he can't see how hitting a bad shot could be funny. Rainbow Man and Grumpy Doug carry on playing for quite a long time. You were playing for a very long time. I bet you are tired now, Rainbow Man. Rainbow Man nods his head. He is very tired. Let's say goodbye to Grumpy Doug. Rainbow Man says goodbye to Grumpy Doug, and Grumpy Doug waves goodbye back. Well, Rainbow Man, I think it's now time to go. You'll have to come back and play some more squash and tennis very soon. Colourful swirls appear, and Rainbow Man starts swirling around with them. Swirling here, swirling there. Rainbow Man goes everywhere. Rainbow Man appears back at home in his rainbow chair. What an adventure! You really enjoyed playing squash and tennis today at Solihull Arden Club. Rainbow Man starts to cheer. Woohoo! What did you enjoy the most about today? Rainbow Man enjoyed playing squash with Awesome Alex the most. Playing squash with Awesome Alex did look really fun. It's good to try new things. Rainbow Man smiles. I wonder where you will go on your adventure next time, Rainbow Man. Rainbow Man shrugs his shoulders. Well, goodbye, Rainbow Man. See you next time. What did the duck say when he bought lipstick? Put it on my bill. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.
It's Coronation Day! The window is open, so's that door. I didn't know they did that anymore. Who knew we owned 8,000 salad plates? For years I've roamed these empty halls. Why have a ballroom with no balls? Finally they're opening up the gates. There'll be actual real life people. It'll be totally strange. Wow, am I so ready for this change? 'Cause for the first time in forever, there'll be music, there'll be light. For the first time in forever, I'll be dancing through the night. Don't know if I'm elated or gassy, but I'm somewhere in that zone. 'Cause for the first time in forever, I won't be alone. I can't wait to meet everyone. What if I meet the one? Tonight, imagine me gown and all, fetchingly draped against the wall, the picture of sophisticated grace. Ooh, I suddenly see him standing there, a beautiful stranger, tall and fair. I wanna stuff some chocolate in my face. But then we laugh and talk all evening, which is totally bizarre. Nothing like the life I've led so far. For the first time in forever, there'll be magic, there'll be fun. For the first time in forever, I could be noticed by someone. And I know it is totally crazy to dream I'd find romance. But for the first time in forever, at least I've got a chance. Don't let them in, don't let them see Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, put on a show. Make one wrong move and everyone will know. But it's only for today. It's only for today. It's agony to wait. It's agony to wait. Tell the guards to open up the gate. The gate. For the first time in forever, I'm getting what I'm dreaming of. Be the good girl you always have to be. A chance to change my lonely world. Conceal. A chance to find true love. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know it all ends tomorrow. So it has to be today. 'Cause for the first time in forever, for the first time in forever, nothing's in my way.
The time now is 9:12, or should I say 12 minutes past 9. And don't forget that I've got lots more wonderful, wonderful things coming up for you for the rest of my show today, right here until 10 a.m. this morning. And if you've got any birthday messages, or you would like to request for me to play one of your favorite children's or Disney songs, then you can do so by either emailing us those messages on studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. Or alternatively, you could send us in a text by texting the word studio followed by your message to 82228. That's the word studio followed by your message to 82228. And some more messages I would like to read now are messages about local events that are going on over the Christmas period over the next few weeks and up until the 24th of December, which, as everyone knows, is Christmas Eve. So one thing that's going on in Birmingham, which I told you about last week, is a Paw Patrol toy brick trail that arrives in Birmingham city centre. No job too big, no pup too small. Paw Patrol fans will be able to meet their favourite characters this Christmas as Retail Bid Birmingham brings the amazing Paw Patrol toy brick trail to the city centre, featuring 21 characters and buildings from the show, placed around the city centre retail district, and that will be there until the 3rd of January 2020. And you'll be able to find characters including Chase, Marshall, Sky, and the gang, who will be in locations across Birmingham such as Selfridges, John Lewis, The Mailbox, M&S, Primark, Great Western Arcade, and Piccadilly Arcade. Families can pick up a trail map to take part in a Pups Save Christmas mission to be in with a chance of winning £250 worth of shopping vouchers by answering 18 questions about the Paw Patrol characters. Another event that's going on a little closer to home, right in Touchwood, just down the road from here, will be a range of festive surprises that launched in Touchwood yesterday, including a return of the snow play where children can play in pretend snow, and that will be situated in Touchwood until the 24th of December. So if you head down to the Touchwood website, or if you go down to the Solihull Bid website, then you can find out about all the festive activities that are going on down in Touchwood. And on Sunday, the 1st of December, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m, there is Christmas in the park, and that is going on at Bruton Park. And Father Christmas is making a special appearance in the park, so you can come and visit him in his grotto to receive a small gift. And other entertainment includes a festive treasure trail around the park and Christmas craft activities at the Parkridge Nature Centre. And to enter into Christmas in the Park at Bruton Park on the 1st of December, then entrance is £3 per child. So if you enjoy Christmas and you enjoy joining in with lots of our local Christmas activities, then you can head down to Touchwood, Bruton Park, or Birmingham, or one of the many other places that we have in our local area, like Warwick Castle, Hatton Adventure World, or Kenilworth Castle, and they are also putting on lots of wonderful, wonderful Christmas events for us. Anyway, now it's time for me to read another story, and as always, I'm going to read you a Mr. Men or Little Miss story, and today I've chosen a Mr. Man story, and this Mr. Men story is called Mr. Uppity, and has been written by Roger Hargreaves. So here we go with Mr. Uppity. This is the story of Mr. Uppity, and how Mr. Uppity finishes this story, not quite so uppity as at the beginning of the story. You see, Mr. Uppity was one of the rudest people in the world, if not the rudest. He was rude to anybody and everybody. So of course, in Big Town, which was where he lived, he had no friends at all. Not one. Miserable old Uppity, they used to call him, and he certainly looked it. Now, as well as being rude, Mr. Uppity was also very rich. Very rich. One of the richest people in the world, if not the richest. He had the largest, longest limousine in Big Town. He had the largest, longest garden in Big Town. He had, on top of the hill in the middle of Big Town, the most enormous house, the biggest house in Big Town. And there he lived, all alone, miserable old Uppity. One day, Mr. Uppity was walking in the gardens of his enormous house, when suddenly he heard a voice, a little voice. Mr. Uppity looked, and there, in one of his hundreds of flower beds, was a goblin. "Aren't you going to say hello to me?" asked the goblin. "Go away," said Mr. Uppity rudely. "Oh, I know who you must be," said the goblin. "You must be Mr. Uppity, who's rude to everybody." Sniffed Mr. Uppity rudely. "Well, I know somebody who wants to meet you," said the goblin, and skipped off, the way goblins do. "Come on," he called over his shoulder. Mr. Uppity's curiosity got the better of him. He followed. "In there," said the goblin, pointing at a small hole in a tree. "Don't be silly," snorted Mr. Uppity. "Oh, I'm not being silly," said the goblin. "Yes, you are," snapped Mr. Uppity. "I can't possibly get in there." "Ah," smiled the goblin. And then he said a magic word, known only to goblins, which sounded like wobbledy-gobbledygook or something like that. Suddenly, Mr. Uppity started shrinking. He shrank and he shrank until he was exactly the same size as the goblin. "Turn me back to my proper size at once," spluttered Mr. Uppity in a rage. "Shan't," grinned the goblin. And, so saying, the goblin climbed through the hole into the tree. Poor Mr. Uppity didn't know what to do, so he followed him. Inside the tree there was a staircase going down and down. Do you know where it led to? It led directly to the kingdom of the goblins. That's where. "I demand to be taken immediately to whoever is in charge," says Mr. Uppity angrily. "Oh, you shall, grinned the goblin. And he led Mr. Uppity through the streets of the kingdom of the goblins until they came to a palace. "Halt! Who goes there?" cried the goblin sentry at the gate. "I have brought Mr. Uppity," said the goblin. "Oh," said the sentry, and smiled. The goblin and Mr. Uppity passed through the gates, and into the courtyard, and through some more gates, and along a long corridor, and through some large gold doors, and into a huge room. There, sitting on a gold throne, was the king of the goblins. "Your Majesty," announced the goblin, bowing low, "may I present Mr. Uppity?" "Ah," said the king. "So you're the fellow who goes about being rude to everybody, and doesn't have any friends." "Nonsense," said Mr. Uppity rudely. "I can see that what I've heard is true," said the king, looking at the indignant Mr. Uppity. "You're much too puffed up with your own importance. Therefore," he continued, "I am going to allow you to be turned back to your proper size. But when you get back to Big Town, if you're rude to anybody at all, you will immediately shrink to the size you are now. Do you understand?" The goblin then took Mr. Uppity back through the kingdom of the goblins, and up the staircase, and out of the tree at the bottom of Mr. Uppity's garden. The goblin looked at Mr. Uppity and said something which sounded like "Koogly boogly bo," or something which is probably "Wobbledy gobbledygook" said backwards, and Mr. Uppity grew and grew back to his original size. "Now, you remember what the king said," warned the goblin. "Don't be so uppity in future." Mr. Uppity marched off furiously, up to his enormous house. The following day, Mr. Uppity was out walking through the streets of Big Town. Suddenly, he came across a little boy playing with a ball. "Get out of my way," snapped Mr. Uppity rudely. But as soon as he said it, do you know what happened? Yes, Mr. Uppity shrank and shrank until he was no bigger than the ball the boy was playing with. "Oh dear," he gasped, and then he thought, "I'm sorry," he said to the boy. "What I meant to say was, please could I get past?" Immediately, Mr. Uppity grew up to his original size, and the boy moved, and Mr. Uppity went on his way. Then he met an old lady carrying a large shopping basket. She was late for market. "Excuse me," she said to Mr. Uppity. "Could you tell me the time, please?" "No," said Mr. Uppity rudely. But as soon as he said it, you know what happened, don't you? Yes, Mr. Uppity shrank and shrank until he could easily have fitted into the old lady's basket. "Oh dear," he gasped, and then he thought. "I'm sorry," he said to the old lady. "What I meant to say was, it's 11:25. Immediately, Mr. Uppity grew to his original size, and the old lady thanked him, and Mr. Uppity went on his way. Then he went and bought a newspaper from a man standing on the corner of the main street in Big Town. He was just about to walk away when suddenly he stopped and thought. He turned back to the man and said, "Thank you." Thank you were 2 words Mr. Uppity had never used before. The man smiled. A smile was something Mr. Uppity wasn't used to getting. Then Mr. Uppity was stopped by a man who asked him if he could tell him the way to the bank. Mr. Uppity was about to say no when he thought. "Yes," he said, and told the man. "Thank you," said the man. Thank you were words Mr. Uppity had never used before. Not only had never used before, but were words he had never had said to him before. Mr. Uppity smiled. He felt happy. Happy was a feeling Mr. Uppity wasn't used to feeling. He liked it. And do you know, from that day forward to this day backward, Mr. Uppity is a changed person. He's still the richest person in Big Town, perhaps the richest person in the world, but now he has lots of friends, and he smiles a lot, and he never gets that shrinking feeling. And do you know which words Mr. Uppity uses most of all these days? Please and thank you. So what we'd like to say is, thank you for reading this story. And if you're ever thinking about being rude to someone, please keep a sharp lookout for goblins. And that story was Mr. Uppity, written by Roger Hargreaves. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.
Just whistle while you work, and cheerfully together we can tidy up the place. So hum a merry tune. It won't take long when there's a song to help you set the pace. And as you sweep
is another excerpt of one of those old children's shows, and this one is the Roly Mo show, and the excerpt is called Playtime. So if you enjoyed the Roly Mo story that I read to you earlier on in my show at the start, then you'll enjoy this excerpt of the Roly Mo show, and if you recognise it, then I hope you really, really enjoy listening to it. So here we go with the Roly Mo show and an excerpt called Playtime.
There's a friend in Thimble Valley that we're on our way to see, to hear him tell his stories, maybe stay for tea. He's a mole who's living underground, and his name is Roly Mo. Roly, 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 roly Mo. He's the rolliest mo you'll ever know, and his name is Roly Mo.
La 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 la. Hello to you. How do you do?
Hello, little Bo.
Hello, Migo.
Have you seen Hugo?
No, I've only just got here.
We're playing hide and seek, but he'll never find me. Hello, little Bo.
Hello, Hugo.
Have you seen Migo?
Well, yes,
We're playing hide and seek, but I just can't find him.
Looks like they're having fun. Ready? Then off we go!
Oh, Hugo? Migo? Oh, Migo? Hugo! Found you, amigo. Uh-oh! Migo, come back here.
Oh, there you are. And how are you today? I was just looking for my best wooden spoon. Oh, I can't find it anywhere.
Hello, Uncle Roly.
Oh, hello there, little Bo. I was just telling our friends that I can't find my best wooden spoon anywhere.
Oh, it must be playing hide and seek, just like Hugo and Migo.
Oh, well, I just can't remember where I put it.
Shall I help you look for it, Uncle Roly?
Oh, no, thank you, little Bo. You run along and play with Hugo and Migo.
All right, Uncle Roly. See you later.
Snooter Gator. Ooh.
Oh, what are you playing?
We're playing Migo Says. Do you want to play with us?
Oh, yes, please. I love this game.
Tell me again how to play, Migo. Oh, all right. If I say Migo says you have to do something, then you have to do it. And if I don't say Migo says, you don't, do it.
Right. Migo says do it, I do it. Migo says don't do it, I don't do it.
Something like that, yes. Ready?
Yes.
Then here goes. Migo says, put your paw on your nose.
Do you mean put my paw on my snooter?
Yes, I did mean put your paw on your snooter. I mean, Migo says, put your paw on your snooter.
Because I didn't know when you said nose if you meant snooter too, because snoots have snooters, you see.
Oh, come on, Hugo, just play the game.
All right, I'm doing it. Look.
Well done, Hugo.
Now, Migo says, jump up and down.
Do you mean jump up and down with my paw still on my snooter, or can I take my paw off my snooter?
I don't think it matters, Hugo.
It doesn't matter, Hugo.
Then I think I'll take my paw off my snooter. It's easier to jump up and down when I haven't got my paw on my snooter.
Stop! What are you doing, Hugo?
Stopping. Just like you said.
But I didn't say stop.
Yes, you did. You said stop, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I said stop.
Well, there you go then.
But I didn't say Migo says stop.
You what?
Oh, he didn't say Migo says stop. He just said stop.
But that's why I stopped.
But we're only supposed to do things when he says Migo says.
Oh, right. I think.
Oh, let's do something else, shall we?
What are we going to do?
I know. Paws, snooter, tomatoes.
Paws, snooter, tomatoes.
Oh, yes, I know this one. I know where my paw is, and I know where my snooter is, and my tum, and my toes.
Come on then, you snoots. Paws, snooter, snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes. Paws, snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes. Paws and snooter, tum and toes. Paws, snooter, tum and toes.
Paws, snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes. Paws, snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes. Paws and snooter, tum and toes. Look at my paws, snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes. Paws, snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes. Paws, snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes. And paws and snooter, tum and toes. Paws, snooter, tum and toes. Paws, snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes. Paws, snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes. Paws and snooter, tum and toes. Paws and snooter, tum and toes, tum and toes.
Come on, let's go and get a drink.
Oh, I'm really not very good at that game. Oh.
Ooh, I thought you might need a drink after all that jumping up and down and singing.
Thank you, Uncle Roly. Have you found your wooden spoon yet?
Oh, not yet, little Bo, but thank you for asking.
You're it, can't catch me.
Coming to get you, amigo.
Don't you want to play tag with the others, Hugo?
No, thank you, Roly.
Ooh, what's the matter, Hugo?
Well, I'm not very good at anything.
What makes you say that, Hugo?
Well, I can't play any of the games that little Bo and Migo are playing.
Well, sometimes it's a case of finding something that you're good at.
What do you mean, Roly?
Well, you're good at singing the book-finding song with me, aren't you?
Oh, yes! I love singing it with you.
Then come with me and I'll show you what I mean. When you take a look inside a book,
Who knows what you will see?
when you take a look inside a book,
It's fun as fun could be.
with cats and dogs and birds and frogs,
A monkey who says boo, boo.
wonderful things, giants and kings.
And maybe a thimble or two.
Now what have we here?
When you take a look inside a book,
Who knows what you might see?
a story or rhyme, just take the time.
To read along with me.
Books over here, books over there. Find me a book with a story to share.
A story specially for Hugo, if you please. Ah, thank you.
Story time with Roly Mo, my favourite time of day.
Now, are you sitting comfortably?
Yes.
Good. Then I'll begin. Three little kangaroos were bouncing, Joe, Joanne, and their little brother Joey. "Watch this," said Joe, and with a big... he bounced high up in the air. "Me next," said Joanne, and with a big... she bounced high in the air.
And me,
said little Joey. But however much he tried, he could only do a tiny little bounce.
Come on, Joey, let's try again,
said Joe.
No,
said Joey.
I want to do something else. I don't like bouncing.
You don't like bouncing? asked Joanne.
No,
said little Joey.
I'll never be able to bounce as high as you two.
And he bounced off, feeling very sorry for himself. He found his mum.
Mum,
said Joey.
I can't bounce as high as Joe or Joanne, so I don't want to bounce anymore.
Oh, said his mother. But you're very good at bouncing.
No, I'm not.
Said Joey.
Look.
And with a... he did his little bounce again. Why don't you try something new? Said his mum. And she did a great big bounce. and then she did a little somersault at the top.
Wow,
said Joey.
that looks like fun. I'm going to try it.
So he did.
Hi, that was great,
said Joe, bouncing up.
Do you think you could teach me how to do it? And me?
Said Joanne. So Joey taught them all how to somersault, and now they're bouncing and somersaulting and somersaulting and bouncing all over the place. There. Now do you see what I mean?
I think so, Roly. Even though Joey couldn't jump as high as the others, he could do really good somersaults.
That's right, Hugo.
I'm going to go and find the others and play with them some more.
Why, yes, that is a good idea, Hugo.
See you later, Roly, and thank you.
See you later, Snootergator.
Oh, little Bo, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, Hugo.
We're playing Sleeping Snoots. Do you want to play too? Oh, yes. I should be good at this. I'm good at sleeping.
Now remember, you can't move.
Can I just ask...
You're out! I saw you! You moved, Hugo!
But, I really can't play anything right.
I know. Let's have a look in my busy book. There are lots of games in there. Busy book, let's take a look. Someone is hiding. Who can it be? Is it a thimble? Who can you see? It's Baby Pom. What are we going to do today, Baby Pom?
There's a flower.
Look, there's something hiding behind that petal. It's a blue umbrella.
A red book.
A green train.
And there's a yellow sandcastle.
It's a remembering game. Let's find the yellow sandcastle. Which petal is it behind?
Is it behind this petal? There's the green train.
So where's the yellow sandcastle?
Is it behind this petal?
There's the red book. So where is the yellow sandcastle?
Is it behind this petal? Or is it behind that petal? Hooray! There it is! We did it! We found the yellow sandcastle!
And can you remember what's under this petal?
Is it something blue?
Yes, it's the blue umbrella. Oh, well done, Hugo. Thank you, Baby Pom. See you again soon.
Hey, that was fun.
You were very good at it. You remembered everything.
Hey, yes, I did. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at remembering things.
Did I hear you say that you're good at remembering things?
Yes, I am.
Then maybe you can remember what I've done with my best wooden spoon. Oh, I just can't find it anywhere.
Your best wooden spoon. Now, let me remember. Oh, I know where it is. It was in the bathroom. You lent it to us last bath day to use as a paddle in our boat. Don't you remember?
Oh, the bathroom! Of course! Hooray! Well remembered, Hugo. Well, haven't we had fun today?
Yes, it's been a roly-moly day.
You will come and join us next time in Thimble Valley, won't you? Now it's time for us all to go. Cheerio!
Cheerio! Hugo?
Yes, Migo?
I bet you can't remember how many Molly Munchies I had for tea.
2.
No.
3.
No.
4.
Try again.
17.
Bigger.
5.
Get more.
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. Yes, did you enjoy that excerpt of the Roly Mo Show Well, if you did, then that's fantastic because I really enjoyed it as well, and I'll be playing you more excerpts of some old children's shows next week on my live Solihull radio children's show. And now it's time for me to play a host of wonderful, wonderful songs to get you ready for the rest of your Sunday and the rest of your weekend today. And I've just had a request in to play a really, really old Disney song called Zippity Doo Dah, and the song was from one of the original Disney films called Song of the South. So you may remember this, but if you don't, it's a really jolly song to get you moving and grooving. So I hope you enjoy listening to Zippity Doo Dah from Song of the South. Here we go.
It happened on one of them Zippity Doo Dah days. Now that's the kind of day when you can't open your mouth without a song jump right out of it. Zippity Doo Dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. It's the truth. It's actual. Everything is satisfactual. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. Yes, sir. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
Oh, plenty of sunshine in the way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay.
Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual. Everything is satisfaction. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, feeling this way. Zoom, 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 boom, 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 boom. Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. It is the truth. It's actual. Huh? Why is that bluebird? Everything is satisfaction. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day.
And that song was Zippity Doo Dah from Song of the South. Now, last week I had a really, really exciting trip to London, and when I was in London, I saw lots and lots of really, really interesting sights. So, one of the things that I saw was the London Eye, and I walked right underneath the London Eye. Now, has anyone been on the London Eye? Because what you can do is you can get into like a little pod, and you go round, and you can see all across London from the London Eye, and sometimes at night they illuminate the London Eye a certain colour. So I saw some photos of the London Eye being illuminated pink, which looked really, really nice. And I also went into a Shrek shop where they had lots and lots of toys all to do with Shrek. So they had Shrek, and they had Fiona, and they had Puss in Boots, and they had some little gingerbread man keyrings, which I nearly brought one of to put on my golf bag. But I had a wonderful, wonderful day in London, and I also saw the Houses of Parliament, and I also saw Big Ben, and many, many other wonderful, wonderful buildings in London. So, here is a song all about London, and this one is London Bridge is Falling Down.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Build it up with wood and clay, wood and clay, wood and clay. Build it up with wood and clay, my fair lady. Wood and clay will wash away, wash away, wash away. Wood and clay will wash away, my fair lady. and steel, iron and steel, iron and steel. Build it up with iron and steel, my fair lady. Iron and steel will bend and bow, bend and bow, bend and bow. Iron and steel will bend and bow, my fair lady. Build it up with silver and gold, silver and gold, silver and gold. Build it up with silver and gold, my fair lady. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Oh, is this the one about potatoes? Yes, and we have to count them. Oh.
In my little garden, now promise you won't laugh. I haven't any flowers, and I haven't any grass. But now I'm going to dig and plant, and soon I'll have a show. With a bit of sun and a bit of rain, there'll be a lovely row of
1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more. 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more. I'm going to grow so many things, I'll surely never starve. Cabbages, cauliflowers, I won't do things by half. Plant a row of runner beans that grow so very high. With a bit of sun and a bit of rain, they'll reach up to the sky. Oh. 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more. 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more. So if you're ever down my way, please drop in for tea. We'll have lettuces and radishes, they'll all be grown by me. Tomatoes too and cucumbers, what a lovely spread. And if you do not like that, you can always have instead. 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more. 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4, 5 potatoes, 6 potatoes, 7 potatoes more.
Milo! Yeah.
On the floor and put on your Mexican hat. Hold your arms across your chest, now what do you think of that? Jump around your beanbag, it sure is a beautiful day. The Mexican beanbag dancing, now jump the other way. Hey! Now pick the beanbag off the floor and wear it like a hat. We call it a sombrero, now what do you think of that? Walking in a circle, it sure is a beautiful day. The Mexican beanbag dancing, now walk the other way. Hey! Put your beanbag on the floor and give it a little pat. Put your hands upon your hips, now what do you think of that? Skip around your beanbag, it sure is a beautiful day. The Mexican beanbag dancing, now skip the other way. Hey! Pick your beanbag off the floor and now you put it back. Stand up straight and shout, "Olé!" Now what do you think of that? clapper, aren't you beanbag? It sure is a beautiful day. The Mexican beanbag dancing, now clap the other way. Olé!
Have you enjoyed my show today? Well, if you've enjoyed my show, then you can join me next Sunday for another live Solihull Radio Children's Show, where I'll be playing lots and lots more of your favourite songs, favourite shows, favourite stories, and Rainbow Man, who will be going on another wonderful adventure to one of your favourite local attractions that you can go and visit. And I'll be telling you some more fantastic Christmas things that you can do over the festive period. And don't forget, if you have any birthday messages, or you would like to request one of your favourite children's, Disney or nursery rhyme songs, then you can do so by emailing those messages in to us right here at studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. Or alternatively, you could text us those messages in by texting the word studio followed by your message to 82228. And if you enjoyed the stories that I read for you today, I read for you a Mr. Men story and a Roly Mo story, then you can record yourselves, if you'd like to, reading your own story, and you can email the recording in to studio@solihullradio.com, and I'll play it on one of my shows. So if you'd like to read a story on one of my shows, then you can record yourselves and send it in to our email at studio@solihullradio.com. And don't forget, if you'd like to join Rainbow Man on his adventures all over again, then you can do so by heading down to YouTube, that's YouTube, and going to the Rainbow Man Children's Channel. And today he visited the Solihull Arden Squash Club, which is just down the road, where you can play squash and tennis. And if you'd like to play squash and tennis again with Rainbow Man, then you can go to our Rainbow Man YouTube channel. And don't forget, we have shows throughout the week here on Solihull Radio on a host of different topics. So whatever it is you're interested in, or whatever songs you like listening to, there is something for everyone right here on Solihull Radio. But don't worry and don't go away, because I've got one last little surprise for you to play on my show today. And the surprise is that I'm going to be playing you our favourite song on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. And you probably already know what our favourite song is. That's right, it's Bob the Builder. And it's our favourite Bob the Builder song, Mambo number 5. So for one last time, let's get mamboing and jiving with Bob the Builder and the gang to Mambo number 5. Here we go, boys and girls.
Are you ready, Bob?
Yes.
What about you, lovely?
I'm a bit scared. Okay, team, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody's outside, so come on, let's ride to the builder's yard around the corner. The gang's all here, and it's time for us to do what we wanna. There's a house with a roof that leaks. It's an urgent job, and it could take us weeks. There's Dizzy, Lofty, and Roly too. Wendy always knows just what to do. There's no job too big or small. With scoop and mug, we can do it all. Metal, brick, or wood, it's all good, and we can always send in the tractor. A little bit of timber and a saw. A little bit of fixing, that's for sure. A little bit of digging up the roads. A little bit of moving heavy loads. A little bit of tiling on the roof. A little bit of making waterproof. A little bit of concrete mixed with sand. A little bit of Bob the Builder Man. Careful, Dizzy. Jump up and down and move it all around. Mix it up to the sound. Dig a hole in the ground. Take one step left and one step right. And one to the front and one to the side. Clap your hands once and clap your hands twice. And if it looks like this, then you're doing it right. A little bit of timber and a saw. A little bit of fixing, that's for sure. A little bit of digging up the roads. A little bit of moving heavy loads. A little bit of tiling on the roof. A little bit of making waterproof. A little bit of concrete mixed with sand. A little bit of Bob the Builder Man. Mambo number 6 and 7, 8.
Is this Mambo number 5?
the shore, a little bit of digging up the roads, a little bit of moving heavy loads, a little bit of tiling on the roof, a little bit of making waterproof, a little bit of concrete mixed with sand, a little bit of Bob the Builder Man. There's Roly, Uppity, Scoop, Mop and Dizzy, so much work to keep us all busy. Can we fix it? Yes we can, with the team and Bob the Builder Man.
That was Bob the Builder right here on Solihull Radio, and if you enjoyed that song, then please join me again next Sunday at the same times from 8 to 10 a.m. for more wonderful songs like that, more stories, fun, fascinating and fantastic facts, and another adventure of Rainbow Man, and you can join him somewhere exciting. So that's all coming up next Sunday from 8 till 10 a.m. So if you've enjoyed cooking with Big Cook and Little Cook, playing squash with Rainbow Man and his friends, and reading with Roly Mo, then join me again next Sunday from 8 till 10 a.m. So it's goodbye from me, Alex Manners, and it's goodbye from Rainbow Man. So until next Sunday, have a brilliant week, and au revoir. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.